Hey everyone, David Raymond here. Today I want to shoot a video showing the refurbish process that each one of our machines goes through. And here is a perfect example of the starting point. We've got a great machine. We've got 10,000 color copies, 16,000 black and white copies, so 26,000 total copies on an MPC 2503. This is fresh off of a lease. This is a perfect example. This is exactly what I look for. In all likelihood, it runs fine. The copies might not look perfect at this point, but they will when we're done. Everything looks good, just needs a good thorough cleaning, inspection, and we just want to make sure that there's no issues or problems. You see, everything looks good in here. But we're going to break this thing down and just make sure everything is perfect. So this is the perfect candidate for a refurb. This is what we look for. 50,000 original copies. And we're going to make this thing look and run like brand new. And it's going to be a perfect machine for somebody. So let's get started. Okay, so first step is to remove all the covers. Okay, so here we are. Now we've got the machine disassembled. All the guts removed. You can look in here. This is inside the drum cavity. And the intermediate transfer belt would go in there. The toners go up top there. This is where the cassettes go. And a waste toner bottle. Everything looks really nice, which is good. This is what we want to see. We don't want to see any surprises. I don't want to see piles of toner in here. That would indicate that there's some kind of seal or something that might need to be replaced. But, everything looks nice and clean, which is what we expect at only 26,000 copies. And the optics, we've got the exposure glass off now, so we got access to the mirrors. Clean all that up. And let's roll around to the back of the machine. There's not a whole lot to do back here. We're going to take some compressed air and a dry paintbrush, and we are just going to do a thorough cleaning, and we're going to, take a close inspection on any connectors. Make sure all the connectors look good and no pins are damaged or anything. And we will clean it all up. But so far, so good. So the next step is compressed air, dry paintbrush, and let's get this thing spotlessly clean. So that's the next step. Okay, so here we are. Everything's looking very nice, but one thing I did notice while I'm doing my cleaning and inspection, we've got these paper stops here. 1, 2, 3, and then if you notice this one here is flopping around where the other ones are nice and firmly tight. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with this one, but something's not right there. So we'll get in there, we'll take this cover off, we'll delve in there, we'll take a peek around, and we'll get that taken care of. Just something that might go undetected if you were just going to do a quick, test and send it out the door. So let's get in there and see what's up. Okay, so here I am inside the document feeder, looking to see why one of these paper stops was loose and flopping around. And there's the reason why right there. It's broken. So we need to replace this paper stop guide before we reassemble everything and get it ready for sale. Just something that might have gone undetected and could cause a jamming problem if we didn't do such a thorough examination and refurbishing. But just one of the things. First time I've ever seen that. Not very common, but you might miss it if you didn't do a good thorough refurbishment like we do here. So, but we will get that taken care of and move on. Okay, let's take a look around after a nice cleaning with compressed air and a paintbrush, dry paintbrush. Everything looks very nice. which is because we started out with a very nice machine. Very clean, low mileage machine. And they clean up very nice. And the only issue I've seen on this machine yet is the broken paper stop and the document feeder, which we will, replace that part. So that won't be an issue. It's the hard drive, power supply, everything's spotless, clean. Get a good look at all the connectors and connections, and everything looks fine. Let's take a look over on the paper transport side of the machine. It's beautiful. Everything looks great. All these rollers, there hasn't been enough copies made on this machine for any of these parts to be worn out yet even. We've had one broken part, and it was probably broken from, mishandling or misuse. But, as far as any of these rollers, nothing needs to be replaced yet at all. All the paper sensors, they're all clean. Got paper, sensors all over the machine, and they're all spotless. And all the wiring and the harnesses, everything's in great shape, which is what I expect when I purchased the machine with 26,000 copies on it. And so far, everything looks very good. This is the inside drum cavity area. Again, everything. And there wasn't a whole lot of toner in here. All the seals are still in great condition, like new. Everything is just fantastic. The cassette area. So far, the optics area, the mirrors, we're going to clean those off with alcohol, get them spotless. But, this thing just looks like brand new. And it will be as good as brand new when I'm done with it. But this is what it looks like after you break it down and you get about 95 psi of compressed air with a dry paintbrush, and it looks like new again. So far so good, except for that one part there that we will replace. Things are coming along very nicely, so let's keep going. Alright, so now I'm going to start cleaning and inspecting some assemblies and then putting them back into the machine one by one. This is the intermediate transport belt, intermediate transfer belt. This cleaning assembly here has a lot of toner in here, so I don't want to blow too much air around that. This thing looks brand new. I'm not going to tamper too much with that. We'll just get it back in so it's safe and won't be damaged once it's in the machine. Okay, that's one. Let's do some drums. The drums on this machine are good for about 400,000 copies. And these color drums have, what was it, 10 or 15,000 copies on them. They're virtually brand new. So we're just going to slide these back in one at a time. This is the yellow, goes in here in the end. And we will get the screw in there to get it in place so it won't have an opportunity to get damaged at all. One connector, plug it in. Done. There's one drum. We'll just do that with the remaining 3 drums. It's all nice and clean. This rag's not even getting dirty. And there's the black drum. Okay, there's 4 drums. Alright, the next thing to install is the laser unit. It's got 4 lasers, one for each drum, one for each color. And they shine laser light through these 4 glass windows that need to be cleaned. And they're buried in the machine, so they're hard to clean when they're in the machine. But they're rather easy to clean when they're out of the machine here. So let's take advantage of the laser unit being out and clean them. Alright, so that's the important part of this. And now we'll slide this into the machine. Much better. That's in. The drums are in. Next will be this whole side assembly. Okay, here's the side assembly, also known as the duplex area where the two-sided copying happens. A little dusty, but compressed air and a brush does a good job on this. I think that's pretty good. These belts look beautiful, nice and clean. Fusing assembly. Should be fine. Not enough copies to render any kind of work needed in here. So far so good, everything looks nice. Got the waste toner container, which is empty. Thing is huge. Probably good for 400,000 or 500,000 copies. Literally nothing in it. And I'm sure nobody's ever emptied this. And that's where that goes. Four toners. Quick dust off. Alright, it's coming together nicely. we go. Looking good. Okay, so here we are at the completion of the MPC 2503 refurbishment. The same process all of our machines go through. So let's have a closer look. We'll start here at the top. The document feeder, if you recall, during our refurbishing, the only issue we found with this machine was the paper stop here was broken. We've got 1, 2, 3, and if you recall, this fourth one was broken. So we replaced this whole part, and now it's good as new, as is everything else in here. All the sensors are clean. Everything was inspected. It's working flawless. The underside nice and clean. The backdrop, if you're making copies off the glass of something small, the background will be nice and clean. There's the optics cavity. You've got all the mirrors. We're all cleaned up, and you know, everything in here just looks like new. Now let's take a look inside the front door. How things look in here. Cleaned up very nicely. Give you a nice close-up look. Give you a chance to see and focus. Everything is nice and clean. Basically looks like a brand new machine. Even the front cover, which is white. So if it were dirty, you'd be able to see it. I got a nice, it looks like a brand new machine. Paper trays, everything cleaned up. Works beautiful. Let's take a look inside. Everything in here now looks, I mean, it just looks like it's brand new. I mean, it practically is. 26,000 copies is nothing. But we blew all the paper dust out of all the sensors. There are 0 issues in this machine. Everything is perfect. And it just looks like new. I mean, I seem to keep repeating that phrase, but it is true. So here's the copier, control panel. Let's see, user tools, printer features, configuration page. Nice and quiet. And here's the configuration sheet. Oh, let's see here. Total counter 26,385. Beautiful. Looks great. Alright, so let's try something here. Printer features, test page, color pattern. Let's see how the colors look in this machine. Remember, we cleaned all the laser windows. And the drums are perfect. Here we are. Red, green, blue. Perfect. Feed one through the document feeder. Let's see, we know we got good colors on the prints. Let's see what the colors on the copies look like. Come on. You wouldn't know the difference between a print and a copy. And so there it is. complete. You've been along for the ride, you see what goes on, and you see the end result. And oh, something's missing here. What's missing? Oh, I know what's missing. Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. That's much better. Now we've got my seal of approval, which is this label, Pioneer Copy Service, David Raymond. That's me. You call that number right there, I will answer the phone. And I will answer any questions you might have. But you know, when you see that label on a machine, you know what's inside now. A perfect machine, inside and out, ready to go, 90-day money-back guarantee. So if you're in the market for a machine, give me a call, and let's see what we can do for you. Thanks for watching.